The unicameral is called to order. We are going to be, we have an agenda today. We have a lot of bills to talk about. The vice chairman, is going to be presiding over this unicameral legislation today, or legislature. So first, let's go ahead and call roll, if you can, Madam Clerk.
All right, I am calling for Senator Ross.
Okay, his mic's not working, but he's here.
Yeah. All right, and we have one absentee, and that will be Minister Caitlin. Her Majesty, she may or may not be here. We don't know. She might not. She's a little busy at the moment. And of course, we got our very own Mr. Prime Minister Austin Nelson right here with us, and of course,
Here.
Senator Breonna McGuire. And the meeting is now in session.
All right. First bill on the agenda today is going to be, let's see if I can find it again, House Bill 24. That's the bill we're going to be talking about today.
All right.
Madam Clerk, please read the title and sponsor only of House Bill 24.
All right. An act relating to the remapping of the MIME federal counties of the Queen of Next. Sponsor is Austin Elsler.
All right. So I know I'm presiding, but I'll also be on the hot seat. So I will take any questions or comments of any sort regarding House Bill 24. So I'm going to start with Senator Bree. Do you have any questions or comments about House Bill 24 that you have for me?
Honestly, the only thing I'm interested in is to see how everything is going to be relocated. I know Iroquois is probably going to be one of them that's going to be relocated or something like that. And basically, I'm just like really interested to see how all that's going to be put into place.
Well, that's why. Is that all you got?
Pretty much.
Okay. Well, this is why I'm going to share with y'all the map of the new remapping. So here is the new proposed map of all 9 federal counties, all in a close proximity of myself and the royal family and majority of the population. So obviously Iroquois County has not moved an inch. It is still this whole area here, except for the 3 dots here. So if we zoom in, I don't know why this overlay thing's even here. I don't even know why it's doing that. Right here is the new remapping of Linden County. So instead of a big chunk of this, it is now going to look like that. And over here, I could have sworn I changed the overlay on these 2 things, but it looks like I did not. So this is going to be Belleau County, which is a lot of 553.51 acres of land. And then we got Talbot County, that's a 1,836 acre lot of land. This is also due to a population shift as well. So Belleau County, if this passes and becomes the new map, the population of Belleau County will be 2. Talbot County will be 5. Iroquois County will be 1. Linden County will also be 1, like it is already. So let's go all the way out here now. So we got Iroquois, Belleau, and Talbot County. So let's go out here. This hot pink zone right here, I seriously don't know why the overlay's doing this. This whole hot pink here is Lavender County. and the population is going to be 3 in the new changes. And there's a line stretching from the dot of Lavender County all the way to Richmond, Virginia, which is where one of our citizens is at. So that's why Richmond alone is part of Lavender County.
Mhm.
This big chunk right here is Floyd County with a population of 2. That's what we'll have. Floyd County is stretched out a little bit. So our citizens are mainly here in the Allen area. So that's why Floyd County stretches out this way. And then Floyd Federal County stretches out all the way to here to Carteret County, North Carolina, where the islands that we plan on getting is located. So that's why it stretches out all the way over there. So that's Floyd Federal County. So let's go to Harper Federal County, which is the light blue one right here.
Mhm.
So the population is going to be 1, just like the previous map. But like I said, everything's a closer proximity. So it's going to be these 2 Indiana counties right here. And with an addition of this Indiana County up here where we actually have a citizen located. Then down here in the orange is Montega. So all 3 of these Kentucky counties right here are part of Montega County. The population is 1, just like the previous map. And of course, there's an extension line going all the way to Grayson County, Texas, where we actually have a citizen, which is you, Senator Ross. And lastly, I'm pretty sure it's lastly, yeah. Lastly, here's Federal County 9 with a population of 2. It'll have this 1 Indiana county, and then it stretches to the west and north. So up north right here is something equivalent to a county in a census designated place in the U.S. where we actually have our representative is located and our only citizen up in Canada is also located. Then all the way to the west in Oregon, in this Oregon county, we have a citizen up here as well. So all part of Federal County 9. So instead of marking huge chunks of land, I decided to only mark the county locations where we actually have citizens and kind of cluster all of the demographical areas together. So when we start recruiting more citizens or supporters, everybody will be in a closer proximity to the government buildings that we have currently or might have in the future. So this is what the new map proposal looks like. So, and that's that. So any questions on that map proposal, Senator Bree?
As far as I know of, I definitely do not have any questions. It's all pretty self-explanatory.
All right, Senator Ross, questions or comments about House Bill 24 and the map proposal I was proposing?
What does the old map look like?
Oh, did you not see it?
Not the old map.
Oh, the old map? Okay. So you saw the new one, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
It
yeah.
had
Here.
a little hotspot internet lag for like 3 minutes, but you're talking about Grayson County, where I live. But I'm sure I'll hear it whenever I watch the video.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let me show you what the old map looks like. That's probably a good thing to have as comparison. So hold on. Okay, so here is what the current map looks like. This is what the current map looks like. So obviously these 3 things up here is Federal County 9. Missouri and Iowa together is Talbot County. If you look to the legend, it tells you colors by population. So obviously Talbot County has no population, so therefore it's white. Everything else is the darkest green you'll ever get because there's only like 1 through 5 people living in it. So obviously you got these states right here, which is Montega County. All these over here is Lavender. All of this is Harper. And then, of course, if we zoom in here to just one county in Kentucky. Here's Iroquois County, or Iroquois Federal County, I should say. I need to start saying the official names. The Iroquois Federal County, which takes up the whole county. And obviously it's a lighter green because it's a lighter green because that's the highest population. So what is it? Population's like 9 currently, I think. I think it's lower than that. I think it's 8 actually, not 9. So we lost a person. Obviously we got Belleau County and Floyd County with 0. That needs to be updated, but we don't know yet. So yeah, Belleau County and Floyd County, those 2 counties are also white because there's 0 population in them now. And because of those 3 counties having 0 population, we actually have to, by law, we actually have to change the map because our map has to follow where our population is going. So that's why I cluttered everything together in the new map. So what do you think about that, Senator Ross?
Yeah, I like the new map.
Okay, any questions or comments about it at all? Anything on the bill? No? Okay. Alrighty. Let me get this thing here. Alrighty. All right, well, seeing no other questions or comments about House Bill 24, let's proceed to the vote. Madam Clerk, please call roll for people to cast their vote.
All right. Let's see who to start with. All right, we're going to start with Senator Ross. Do you vote yay or nay to the changes of House Bill 24?
Yay.
All right, that is 1 yay. Prime Minister Austin, do you vote yay or nay to have the House Bill 24 changed?
Yay.
Yay. All right, we have 2 yays and 2 absentees.
Senator Bree, you're allowed to vote now.
Oh, well then, for myself, I vote yay to have the House Bill 24 changed, because honestly, the map does look a whole lot better that way than the old one does. So that makes 3 yays, 2 absentees. So does this consider the bill passed?
3 absentees. No,
Oh.
4 absentees.
Oh, yes, 4 absentees.
Yep.
So does this bill considered to be passed?
Yep, 3 yeas, 0 nays, 0 abstains, 4 absents. House Bill 24 is voted in favor in the unicameral and shall be on hold for more votes, for absentee votes, for 72 hours.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, let's see here. All right, so that was House Bill 24, so cool. All right, next bill on the agenda today is House Bill 25. Madam Clerk, please state the title and sponsor for House Bill 25.
Mm-hmm. The title is An Act Relating to the Establishment of Elected Constables, sponsored by Austin Elsler himself.
All righty. All right, Senator Ross, let's start with you. What do you think about House Bill 25? Or do you have any questions or comments about House Bill 25 that you have for me?
I didn't even get a chance to read it.
Well, please read it.
Oh.
Eh, that where'd it go? I did a quick brush through, but we'll go from there.
Do you have any questions or comments about House Bill 25?
So I'm going to assume that these constables or elected constables will obviously have a strict set of rules carried out by the Nix federal government, correct?
We can have future Nix revised statutes on constables in all 9 federal counties if need be. I mean, at the moment, we're creating the ability to have elected constables in all 9 federal counties. And obviously, on the bill, I provided all the provisions on what the constable is, what it does, what it's authorized to do, and all that stuff. And if it passes, and if we need more rules on it, then we'll in the future some of us can propose bills to regulate it further in case we need more rules for them. So going with what's in my bill, yes, there are strict rules that the constables have to abide by. Or yeah, by the federal government. Yeah.
Okay. And well, I can't remember what I was going to ask.
It happens.
Is dang, I can't remember what I was going to say.
It happens. And
we'll put a pin in that question and come back to it.
Okay.
I got no more questions.
Okay, and if I may continue on it too, we given the federal county just about almost equal control over the constables as well, just in case the federal county, because I actually put in one of the provisions that the federal counties can decide if they even want to have constables or not. So we created them, but they get to decide if they want them in their counties or not. So if they ever want a constable, they can have a popular vote to make it happen. But it'll always be there in the federal laws, ready for them to be established. And I think having elected constables will actually be a good thing to have, because I'm sure a lot of people are tired of officers that are appointed and then, of course, hired on. I think elected constables would be more fitting. So, I mean, everybody knows who they elected. So, and obviously in my provisions, you have to be a resident for at least 2 years, according to my provision, at least 2 years in the constable district that the person's getting elected in. So that too. But yeah, so I just want to continue on that. All right, Senator Bree, do you have any questions or comments on the bill at all?
Honestly, no questions, but I actually really like the idea of the bill.
Okay. All right.
So are they going to be wearing like specific uniforms and stuff? Because like the constables back in the day, they had this uniform where there was red and black stripes on it, if I remember correctly. And I'm pretty sure they also wore the hat, and they had the typical horse.
Well, you're thinking of the constables in the United Kingdom. That's what you're
thinking. That's what I have pictured in my head right now.
Well, believe it or not, the United States does have their own constables, but because of us being in modern times, they'll basically dress up like the police officers we have today. It's really their badges or their symbols on their uniform that'll tell everybody that I'm a constable, not really a police officer. So, and their cars will say that too. So, according to my provision, see if I can find it real quick. Let's see. Well, I mean, there's also the constables can be permitted to carry firearms in the performance of their duties. So the reason I put the word can in there instead of shall is because I want the people to decide if they want their elected constables to have a firearm or not. Now, obviously, the constable can own a firearm. That's perfectly fine. But it's up to the federal county to decide whether that elected constable is allowed to carry. Allowed to carry or use a firearm while they're on duty. So it's up to them for to decide. That's why I put the word can there. It took me a minute to figure it out because believe it or not, I literally just made this bill today and submitted it. So that's how quick this bill was, and I did my research for a good 3 or 4 hours making this bill. So, and I did a lot of it. So let's see. Provisions on uniforms. See if I can find it. It's in one of these parts. Well, there's part 21 is constables shall be required to be trained for the use of firearms and must show proof of certification that they have been trained using firearms. So that's not saying show us a license that you have a firearm. It's just saying show us the certification that you took the training. So we can know that you trained with a firearm and know how to use it properly in case you need it. So, and there's nothing wrong with showing a certification. That's different from a license. Well, I'm trying to find it. I know it's here. I know I put it on there. Oh, here we go. On part 31 or provision 31, however you want to pronounce it, provision 31, I put elected constables must provide their own vehicles, firearms, uniforms for official purposes unless provided by federal county ordinances. So it's up to the federal counties in that provision if they want their constables to provide their own gear or the federal county decides to provide their gear. So it's left to the federal county to decide if they get a fancy uniform or not. And I also this is also just in case because the Kingdom of Nix is a little bit more federalized, I guess that's the word I'm looking for, than the United States is, where the federal government really has a lot more. I know it sounds bad, but federal government has a lot more power than usual, but that's just because it's a little bit of a smaller country. I also put that, let's see, see if I can find it. I know it's in here. Let's see if I can find it. I know it's here. Yeah, here it is. Provision 20. Under approval by popular vote of the federal county residents, they can decide if they wish to have the unicameral, which is us, to give their constables certain powers and authorities instead. So if they can't decide, they'll just let the unicameral decide for them. And obviously, if they want us to stop deciding for them, they can have that vote and tell us to quit. So they can do that. So that's that provision right there. So if they can't decide and want us to decide instead, we can decide for them. And that's when the federal government can step in and work on whatever constable districts that whatever federal county wants us to work on. So, but yeah, so there's your answer, Senator Bree.
Honestly, I kind of like this instead of having like an actual police force.
I mean, it's basically what they are, but with us being a smaller country and because of us being under our provisional land, so to speak, and not really our actual land that we're trying to get. I figured having constables would make more sense.
Honestly, it
it
definitely
would
does.
make more sense to have than an instituted police force, because we're not prepared to have an instituted police force, but we might be prepared to have constables, elected constables.
Mhm.
So, yeah. And then of course, if we need to work with this bill in the future, if it passes, if we need to work with this more, like put more provisions in there, then we can. I mean, of course, I'm sure I'm thinking up of more provisions to add on there. But if anybody else wants to add more provisions or take away a provision, then propose it to the unicameral, and I'll be waiting for it. So, I mean, y'all know how to submit a bill. Senator Bree, as a new senator, you can now submit bills that you want to propose to the unicameral now. So you can do that. Or you two can double team and make a House joint resolution.
Of course.
To put more provisions on there. So, alrighty. So, Senator Ross, back to you. Questions or comments? Did you ever figure out what question you were going to ask?
I did not figure out the question, but I have come up with another one. I shouldn't have been, I think it shouldn't be left up to the counties to come up with what's the word I'm looking for? To say that the constable should be able to carry or not. I think they should be able to carry, but they should have the proper training, just as every other civilian should also be able to carry. I think everybody just needs to be properly trained on anything and everything they plan to use.
Okay. Well, really a question. That wasn't really a question. It was a comment, but I can see that. Okay. Well, I mean, I can see that too. But because we don't know how our citizens in any of the federal counties would react of having a constable in general. So we don't know if they want a constable without a gun or a constable with a gun. So we don't know how it'll work. We don't know. It's a mystery of the future. So it's the unknown. We don't know. That's why I put that provision there. And obviously it's an optional provision. So I mean, most of us are Americans first before Nixie. So, I mean, most federal counties would probably decide to let the constables carry on duty. Because obviously when they're off duty, they could do whatever. But on duty, they can, because constables as elected officials should be limited to what the people that they're elected by decide on. So, but I can see your concern on that part. Would you like to make that a floor amendment to remove that provision right now, or do you think you want to let this thing go and maybe get rid of it in the future if it seems to not work?
We'll go with that one.
The second one I just said.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you believe it's that specific provision is not working, please propose something, and then we will work, and then we'll have that debate. Okay. But all right. Anything else from anybody? Any questions or comments about any of the provisions on House Bill 25?
Honestly, I kind of like 25 though.
Okay, seeing none, let's proceed to the vote on House Bill 25. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
All right, we're going to start off with Senator Ross. Do you vote yay or nay for House Bill 25?
Yay.
All righty. That counts as one yay. All right, Prime Minister Austin Eckler, do you vote yay or nay for House Bill 25?
Yay.
All right. Senator Bree. Okay. For my vote, I will say yay. I really do approve of House Bill 25. So that would be considered 3 yays and what was it, 4 absentees
Yeah.
and 0 no's. So that concludes House Bill 25. It has officially been passed. All right.
Okay, hold on one second.
All right. That was 25.
Senator Ross, were you aware that we finally elected a representative for the first time?
No, it's actually the first time I'm hearing about it, but I'm kind of happy now.
Yeah, our Canadian citizen is the one that was elected as a representative.
Oh, nice.
He ran unopposed because no one else ran against him. So because of him running unopposed, he didn't really need a majority vote to win. So
My dude's putting in the work.
Yep. Well, okay, so he is excused. He has an excuse. So he is excused for absence today. He had a family thing going. So he is excused.
I think it was the
Yeah, okay. Here we go. Okay, so
I can't remember what it's called.
okay, here we go. Okay. All right. All right, hold that thought, Senator Ross. All right. 3 yays, no nays, no abstains, and 4 absent. House Bill 25 will be put on hold to wait for the 72 hours to wait for absentee vote for the next 72 hours. All right. Okay. You may continue, Senator Ross, on your talking.
I already forgot what I was saying.
Okay. That's fine. It happens. But yeah, no, I mean, we tried to bring him to the last meeting. It didn't happen, but I've already told everybody that if everybody's late today, if it's just say me and Senator McGuire here, then the Constitution doesn't say we need a quorum. I will start with only 2 people. So, and of course you came, so that helped a lot. I was hoping Kurt would come, but Representative Kurt couldn't make it today, which is fine. Her Majesty couldn't make it either, sadly. But she is aware that you came to the meeting, Senator Ross, so she is happy about that. She's blowing up my phone about it. So, and then of course, we have our new senator. Bree is no longer just a clerk. She is now a senator now. So that's why she gets to vote now. And of course, propose bills. So she's a senator now. Let's see what else. And then, of course, you got the 2 other ministers. One of them just got off work. One of them definitely just got off work about an hour ago, and she's not responding. So obviously, that's an unexcused absent. And then Minister Hutter has an excused absence because she's still going through what she's going through. I've actually recently contacted with her, so I am confirming that. So as of right now, there are one unexcused absent and 3 on. Yeah, 3 excused absences.
Mhm.
And in case you didn't know, Senator Ross, Senator Herbert is no longer senator. He resigned. So I'm just letting you know. I don't know if you knew that or not, but he resigned. So, and it was for the best too, because he knew that he couldn't be active enough to be in the government. So, but he's cool. He's fine. He's cool with it. He's active, believe it or not. And then, of course, we got the new citizenship applications and everything, so that helps the cause too. All right, let's continue with the next item on the agenda. If I can find it. Here it is. All right, House Joint Resolution 5. Madam Clerk, please state the title and sponsors for House Joint Resolution 5.
All right. The title is An Act to Repeal the 11th Amendment of the Constitution and Replace it with a New Amendment. The sponsors are Austin Elsler himself and our very own Queen Breckenridge.
All righty. So let's begin with questions and comments for House Joint Resolution 5. Senator Bree, what is your question or comment about House Joint Resolution 5?
Honestly, I do not have anything on this one just yet, but individuals have the right to political parties. I mean, it makes sense to me.
I'd say you won.
Do you have any questions of when, why, and how, and any questions of that nature?
None at the moment.
All right. Senator Ross, do you have any questions or comment about House Joint Resolution 5?
I do not.
Okay. I won't lie. I expected something, but it's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain a little
wrong though.
of why of House Joint Resolution 5. The reason I want to repeal the 11th Amendment is because I do want our nation to be nonpartisan, but I'm afraid that we can't force it to be that way. We actually have to make it a cultural thing, meaning we have to persuade people to, when we, like, as soon as we get our island, as soon as we have a functioning government, we basically have to ensure, without forcing them, to don't start a political party anywhere. Just don't start one. Okay, don't start a political party anywhere, because if one starts up, there will be another one. It'll be a domino effect. So I'm hoping, with how political parties have been acting lately throughout the world, people will not want to make any of them anymore. Like they don't want to be in one. They don't want to be affiliated with one. They don't want to give money to any of them. Just be basically independent candidates. Because independent is not a party. Independent means you're a nonpartisan candidate. It's what it is. Okay, so, and that also means no more primaries either. So you can literally pick a whole number of candidates just for one position, and they'll all have a debate. If it's 20 people in one debate for one position, so be it. It'll be 20 people debating. Everybody will get whatever time they're going to get. So if there are going to be debates, I don't know if there are going to be debates. I think debates will be fun, but I don't know if there will be or not. It's really up to the federal counties for that kind of a particular thing. So, but yeah, so that's, I mean, I know it sounds bad too. Like, this is an amendment, and I feel bad that we made it into an amendment, and now I'm about to repeal an entire amendment just to replace it with another one. But, it happens. And, it's not that it's giving the government more power. It's actually restricting the government even more, because the 11th Amendment clearly states that individuals have the right to form political parties, while political parties are prohibited to campaign all government elections. So basically, the 11th Amendment gave the government to infringe on people's First Amendment to create so the 11th Amendment is already a violation to the Constitution. It contradicts with the First Amendment. So sadly, that's another thing too, right? So that's why I want to make a new 13th Amendment, which is a lot shorter, but this time the government will be restricted on certain things. And of course, it's short and simple and sweet. So The government shall not restrict or prohibit partisan and nonpartisan candidates to run for government office. The government shall not give nor fund with taxpayers' money to any political party or any candidate for any reason. And the government shall not restrict or prohibit political parties or candidates from gaining ballot access. So it's simple, sweet, and easy, and it restricts the government. So this means that the people have the right now to form a political party, but us together, not just government officials ourselves, because again, we don't want to force them. We want to persuade them and encourage them. Just don't start one. Now, we can limit ourselves as government officials to not be partisan, but we can't limit the individuals to be nonpartisan. So like political parties can exist, but like when it comes to the government, they have to run nonpartisan. So it's a weird kind of thing, it's for the future. So, but if and not only that, here's the big deal. This is an amendment. That means the people has to vote.
Mm-hmm.
That means this is going to be on the 2022 ballot. And that also means, well, I don't know. It might be on the 22 ballot. I don't know if it will be on the 22 ballot. It might end up being on the 2023 ballot. It depends on how it happens. It'll probably make sense to go to the 2023 ballot since it's already past September. We'll see what happens. But no, so here we are trying to limit ourselves. I know it sounds weird. Oh, we lost Senator Ross. Senator Ross, come back. So I'm gonna continue. So we limited ourselves. I know it sounds far-fetched. Why would the government limit itself? Well, it did. I promise. I mean, I like to limit myself a lot. So yeah, so that's basically it. Just limits the government and gives people the right to have political parties, fund them however they get funded, because political parties are either private or nonprofit organizations. They can be either or, and they must be funded depending on what they are. Taxpayers' money should not go to them. Yeah. So, and who controls taxpayers' money? The government.
Mm-hmm.
So that means the government cannot give them money. So I'm hoping the people will see that we're trying to limit ourselves to the point where we don't give political parties money in NICS. So,
right.
But that's what House Joint Resolution 5 is. So no. Any questions at all? I know we lost Senator Ross, so I hope he comes back.
Honestly, none at all. I can't think of anything.
Okay. Well, I hope he comes back. Can he join back while it's recording?
Yeah.
I'm not going to stop the recording if he can't come back, but I don't know if he. I don't know. See if I can.
You should be able to, as long as he clicks up on the link.
See. Okay, so I'm gonna click this button. I don't know what it'll do, but I'm gonna click it. Here we go. Okay, so here we go. I clicked the call button on him. See if he'll pick up. Okay. Her Majesty says she's not feeling well, so that's probably why she's not coming. Hey, there's Senator Ross. All right, he's muted. There he is.
Fucking computer decided to crash, and I had to go fetch my phone.
Okay, well, it happens. So we didn't go far. Just asking for any more questions or comments.
Nope.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's continue on with the vote. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
All right. Mr. Ellsler, do you vote yay or nay for House Joint number 5?
Yes.
All right. We have one yay. All right. Senator Ross, would you like to vote yay or nay for our House Joint Resolution 5?
Yay.
All right. For myself, I vote yay for House Joint number 5. So that counts as 3 yeas, 4 absentees. Well, you pretty much get the picture. And 0 no's. So at the moment, the bill is on hold, but so far it's considered passed.
Did I crash again?
Nah, you good.
Okay. Whew, started freaking out for a sec. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, we're just working on something real quick.
All
Yeah,
right.
all you guys got quiet real quick. And I was like, oh, man.
No, you're fine. I was doing something. All right. Yeah, House Joint Resolution 5 is hereby on hold for 72 hours to wait for the absentee votes to come in. All right, next item on the agenda.
All
All right, we are now on House Bill 17. Madam Clerk, please state the title and sponsor for House Bill 17.
Mm-hmm. The title is an act regarding the Prime Minister to be able to call for special session. The sponsor is Mr. Elsler himself.
All righty, beginning with Senator Ross. Any questions, comments, concerns, anything at all, or criticism? I'll take it.
Negative.
All right, Senator Bree.
That would be a negative as well. I mean, I pretty much prefer this bill. Yep.
All righty. Everybody sure that you don't have any questions?
I just
Huh?
said I just exist.
All right.
Ah,
All right. In that case, let's go to the vote. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
All right. Senator Ross, do you vote yay or nay for House Bill 17?
yay.
All right. Mr. Austin Elsler, do you vote yay or nay?
Yay.
All right. For myself, I vote yay for House Bill 17.
Alrighty. All right. That's 3 yeas, 0 nays, 0 abstain, 4 absent. This bill will be put on hold for 72 hours to await the absentee votes from other legislators. Because that's what I'm going to do from now on. And I'm going to let Her Majesty know that too. So whenever there's a bill, if like not everybody's attending and we have to wait for absentee votes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to put the bill on hold. And we're like, that's how we're going to say it on record too. Like if there's a legislator that's absent, then we have to, by constitution, that we have to wait for 72 hours. Or actually, not even by constitution, it's by Nick's revised statute. Title 1, chapter... Yeah, it's chapter 1. Title 1, chapter 1, in one of the statutes says that we have to wait for 72 hours for other legislators to vote on the bills that were proposed on the floor. So I'm going to let Her Majesty know either tomorrow or Wednesday about that, about doing that on record when we're doing unicameral sessions. So, all right, let's move to the other item on the agenda. House Bill 18. Madam Clerk, please state the title and sponsor for House Bill 18.
Mm-hmm. The title is an act declaring classifications for violations of a constitutional amendment, regulation, and or statute by individuals in the Queen of Nicks. The sponsor is our Prime Minister himself, Austin Eckler.
Alrighty, starting with Senator McGuire. Do you have any questions, comments, or criticisms against this bill?
To be honest, I would like for you to explain it a little bit, just so that it's easier to understand. I mean, I kind of understand it, but
Which part of the bill do you want me to explain?
Basically all of it, if you can.
All right. Let's see. Okay, so basically this is a felony and misdemeanor system. So obviously in our nation, we're not going to have a lot of what's considered a crime. We're not going to have a lot of that at all. But obviously there are some things that can create a victim. So this kind of goes with that. And depending on the crime, this is what makes you either a felon or a criminal with a misdemeanor and such. So that's basically what it is. And then, you got Class D to Class C, Class B, and Class A. Class A being, the most worst out of all of them. And then of course you got misdemeanors that are not. I mean, there's only Class A misdemeanor because, like I said, there's not going to be the only petty crime that we have is what could be considered a petty crime: stealing and trespassing and hurting someone's property, depending on how that person hit the property, I guess. Those are legitimate petty crimes, really. Damaging property, trespassing, stealing. You don't need to kill anybody for that, depending on who gets there first, I guess. And then, I mean, that's really it. And then, of course, you got the whole felony thing, because obviously, if you killed somebody, that'll probably make you one of those class letter felonies or a felon. And then if you committed fraud, you'll be a felon. And if you assaulted somebody, depending on the evidence, you can end up being a felon that way. And that's basically it. It's just labeling what level of a felon you could end up being depending on what crime you commit, and what misdemeanor thing will be on your record if depending on what crime you commit. So that's basically it. It's just a level of these are things that would go on your criminal record if you committed a crime.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
basically what it is. Yeah. Anything else, Senator McGuire?
Honestly, that's all I need to for it to be explained in more simpler terms.
Okay. All right then. Senator Ross, any questions, comments, or criticism over this bill, House Bill 18?
Nah.
No? Okay. You sure? Nothing?
No, I got nothing.
Okay. All right, give me 1 second. All righty, in that case, Madam Clerk, please call roll for votes.
Okay. Senator Ross, do you vote yay or nay for House Bill 18?
Yay.
All right. Prime Minister Austin Eckler, do you vote yay or nay for House Bill 18?
Yay.
All right. And for myself, I vote yay for House Bill 18.
All righty. That's 3 yeas, 0 nays, 0 abstains, 4 absence. This bill House Bill 18 will be put on hold for 72 hours for the absentee votes. All righty. To the next item on the agenda.
Ooh, we only have 2 left.
This one's very short, so this one should be sweet and easy. All right. House Bill 21. Madam Clerk, state the title and sponsor of House Bill 21.
The title is NRS 3.0.001 shall establish a statute stating that the monarch shall preside over the judiciary committee created under the second royal decree. This will be a statutory under Section 8 of Article 4 of the Constitution. The sponsor is our Prime Minister Austin Eckler himself.
All right, starting with Senator Ross. Do you have any questions, concerns, or comments or criticism?
Negative.
Okay, Senator McGuire. Anything at all from you?
To be honest, it's pretty self-explanatory.
All right. In that case, Madam Clerk, please call roll for votes then.
All right, Senator Ross, do you vote yay or nay for House Bill 21?
Yay.
All right. Prime Minister Austin Eckler, do you vote yay or nay for House Bill 21?
Yay.
All right, and as for myself, I'll vote yay for House Bill 21.
All righty, that is 3 yeas, 0 nays, and 0 abstaining, 4 absence. This House Bill 21 will be put on hold for 72 hours for absentee votes. All righty, the final thing on our agenda today. And actually, I think, ladies and gentlemen, we just finished every single House bill of 2022. That was proposed so far. All right, so let's do that. Let's finish the last House bill of the year, maybe. That's not guaranteed, but maybe. Definitely the last bill today, though. All right, House Bill 22. Madam Clerk, state the title and sponsor of House Bill 22.
The title is Amending NRS Chapter 4. The sponsor is our Prime Minister Austin Eckler himself.
That was a typo right there. I saw that. All righty. Starting with Senator McGuire. Do you have any questions or comments or anything you like to say or discuss about House Bill 22?
To be honest, I do have like one question a little bit.
All right.
What's with the NRS for like amendments or something? That's like part of one of the amendments.
NRS is Nick's revised statutes. Those are our laws, our general laws.
Okay.
That's what NRS is. NRS is just the initials for Nick's revised statutes.
Okay. To be honest, this is basically saying what laws and punishments are labeled and stuff like that.
Yeah, so on here, obviously you can see the crimes that are said on this bill, such as theft, multiple counts of theft, homicide, murder, fraud, and multiple counts of fraud. You know, that's basically, those are the crimes with the victim. So far, I mean, you know, there's might be some other things other than fraud, theft, and murder in the future, but that could have a victim, I guess. But as far as I'm aware, those are the only crimes I could think of with the victim. So, other than assault, but you know, that really depends on the evidence. I don't think I put anything involving assault or anything like that. Oh, silly me. Well, that's okay. I'll make another bill then. Yeah, like I said, it's a guarantee that this ain't going to be the last bill of the year. Silly me. How did I not add those in? I know I'm gonna get I can see it now too. They're gonna watch our meeting on Nick's Delta broadcast, and they're gonna realize about this bill because people can comment on this bill. They can find it on our website. And I can tell you now, there's a lot of things that I've missed that I should have put on that bill that would have considered having a victim, and I did not put him there. So
I can imagine the
I'm going to get criticized a lot. And I'm sure you guys know which crime that I'm missing that actually has a victim, and I forgot to put him in there. So that is my fault.
I can think of quite a few that you definitely missed.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna go with that. That's why in the future we propose more bills to add on to it. So that's why we got the NRS law book so we can actually put our laws in there that are interchangeable. So but anyway, any more questions or comments about the House bill?
No, I mean it's pretty much self-explanatory after that, and honestly, it kind of makes sense to me.
All right. Senator Ross, what are your questions and comments about House Bill 22?
I got none.
Really? Oh, okay. All right. Alrighty then. Sweet and simple. We got almost everything done. All right. All right. Let me get this thing ready. All right then, Madam Clerk, please call roll for votes.
All right. Starting with Senator Ross, do you vote yay or nay for House Bill 22?
Yay.
All right. Mr. Prime Minister Austin Eckler, do you vote yay or nay for House Bill 22?
Yay.
All right. And as for myself, I vote yes for House Bill 22.
Alrighty. That is 3 yeas, 0 nays, 0 abstains, and 4 absent. This bill will be on hold for 72 hours for absentee votes. And yeah. Alrighty. Let's see. The time is 10:20 p.m. Eastern time. Give me 1 second, please. I have been contacted by Her Majesty. Yeah, she sent me a text that she's not feeling well.
I hope she gets better soon.
I don't know why she sent me that message. Obviously, I answered. I just can't answer it while during the meeting, obviously. Okay. All right. Alrighty. Well, that's all. That's everything we got on the agenda today. We finished just about every single submitted House bill in the year 2022 until there's more because obviously there needs to be a lot more. So obviously, if you two have any proposals or anything like that, write them down and submit them, and then we will take them, and then they will be brought up, and then we will put you in the hot seat so you can talk about it and tell us why you think that bill should pass. So, yeah. Our next unicameral meeting is our next scheduled unicameral meeting is October 24th. That's when our next unicameral meeting is at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know who will be presiding on that day. It could either be me or Her Majesty, but we will see. But of course, by then, on October 13th, The 72-hour deadline will be up, and then the final votes will be casted for the legislators, and we will see if any of these bills will be passed by the unicameral or not. So, with that said, do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, we got a motion by Senator McGuire and a second by Senator Ross. With that said, the meeting is adjourned.